Hello everyone, it's me, Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube. Today I'm talking about this thing, the fretboard. Before I get going on this video, I've got a question for you straight away. I want to know, down in them comments, how is your fretboard knowledge? Let me know. I teach a lot of people, and some people, they tell me that they really struggle with finding the notes on the neck. How's your fretboard knowledge? Tell me down there. And this video really is about the only thing that I can ever talk about, and that's how I do things and how I memorise that pattern that you saw in the thumbnail to this video. In other words, mapping out a major scale across the neck. Now, some of you who are way ahead of this, you might already know that that's also mapping out the minor and all the modes as well, because they are equal, but from now on I'm going to just refer to it as the major scale going across the neck. And in that thumbnail you can see a C major scale going all the way across the neck. And I've got for you 6 tips that are going to help you to memorise that, because it's a massive undertaking. The thing that actually prompted this was that I'm trying to do the same now with the melodic minor patterns. And as I was doing it, I thought, yeah, I'm using the same strategies that I used when I memorised that major scale going all up and down the neck. So that's where this video has come from. And before I give you tip number 1, why would you even want to do this? Why? When this note is the same as this note, and this is the same as this note, and this, and so on and so on. Because knowing more about your fretboard is good. That's never going to be bad. But also, it makes you more versatile to play a melody down here, and there, and there, and there, and there, because of what comes before and after it. So if you're playing chords up here, you don't always want to be playing the little fillers down here at fret 1. Just realised I'm sat a little bit too far that way. Not only that, but it means that playing along one string and doing all your fancy legato runs, all that stuff is, well, I was going to say easier, is possible. You need to know the positions to be able to do that Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, slippery legato run stuff. So to begin, the first thing that you need to do is you need to pick one key and stick to it. I did C major, obviously, mainly because everyone learns A minor pentatonic first, or at least I teach that first to people who are starting improv and lead playing. So it's not that big of a leap to turn that into that little pattern which makes up the minor scale, and from there you chip away at all those other patterns. More on those later. But the first thing is to just choose one key. Don't keep changing key when you're trying to memorise something. Number 2, well, this one is vital. You have to separate them into little chunks. Now, if only I'd made a handy little JPEG image that I could just click my fingers and would pop up all colour-coded and everything. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, you can see there that the scale shapes, they divide into 5 patterns really. If you're thinking modally, then you have to account for 7, but I'm not getting too in depth today. All I want you to take away from it is that you memorise one chunk at a time. So you don't try and take it all on. You'd memorise 1, then 1 and 2, then 1, 2 and 3. Try and string it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit of a no-brainer, this one, but when you see the thumbnail of this video, you might look at it and be completely overwhelmed. Well, you have to make it so it's more bite-sized. That's a weird word for a Wiganer to say. Bite-sized. 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 Make it more bite-sized. None of them sound right. So the next one ties in to that. Once you've memorised one, say this one at fret 3. Ascend up that one and then descend down the next one. Why? Well, to stop you from always focusing on the low E string. We as guitarists do that too often. The A and the E string, we think about those root notes being on there way too much when we need to be more versatile. It's all about that word versatility. So you go up one, down the next, then eventually when you're confident, up the next, down the next, and so on and so on and so on. Now the next one, this one fills me with a lot of nostalgia. I think I've talked about it on camera before, and if you heard it, then I'm going to treat you to it again. I used to have this Joe Satriani songbook, and in it had all his songs, and with the tab, and you just learn it. But on the back was just a few blank pages for whatever reason in the printing process, just missed a few pages out. And I filled those pages with, I drew 6 strings and frets going across. It was the day I knew I was destined to be a guitar teacher, I think. And then the next I draw 6 strings, loads of frets, 6 strings, loads of frets, and I draw major shape, position 1, then position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then cover those up, draw them again. Drawing them from memory meant that I didn't even need to have a guitar in front of me to memorise it. You have to make it so that you could look at a guitar on the wall and picture these, just like you can look at my guitar neck and picture a G chord. That's what I did when I made that thumbnail. I keep talking about the thumbnail, but I think it's a good illustration. We look at that thumbnail, that's not how we see a guitar. We see the guitar from the other side. But still, I've memorised them to the point where I can draw those out. I can look at other people's guitars and map it out in that way. Do it. Draw them out away from your guitar. Test your memory. And number 5 of 6 is to practice diagonally. Once you've done that going up and down exercise from before, take a note, say this one, and navigate diagonally up the neck to this one, using the shapes that you are memorising, that you're aiming to memorise. Something like this. So I didn't just go and go up one string like that. That's cheating. You have to go use the knowledge that you've got. When you've done that, go backwards. So you can piece the neck together. That's why we're doing this. You can navigate from the low E string all the way up to that top E string and backwards. So the last one. This one is a really good one, useful one, tough. It sounds easy, but it's tougher than it sounds because of the tuning of a guitar. Take a melody that you know in one position and move it to the next. And when I say take a melody, I don't mean like cool shred licks or guitar solos. That would be an amazing exercise, but no, I'm talking things like Happy Birthday. Play Happy Birthday down here. Then the same thing. See how many different places? You can play it by memorising where C is, and in relation to that, where all the other notes are. That's an easy bit of the melody, that. Da, 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 ba, da, da, da. That'll test you. Okay, now as we know, the real, true couch potatoes, they let me know that they watched till the end. So do that, let me know. Did you watch this one till the end? And, well, thank you very much. I've reached the end of this video. I'm actually on holiday by the time you watch this. So I'm cramming a lot of videos in so it doesn't seem like I'm on holiday, but I am. Anyway, I'm going to get back soon and make loads more videos. Might do a few more shred analysis of famous songs. So, thank you very much. See you in the next video. I'm off to practice going up and down these different positions. Bye.